I want to introduce Mr. Stewart James Hanchy, who now will be the consultant curator in Penang Botanical Gardens, and he will lend his expertise to make the Penang Botanical Gardens restore it to its former glory and be, of course, a proper and world-class botanical gardens in the region. Now, he is very well qualified and very well equipped to this rather challenging task, because it is the Penang Botanical Gardens has deteriorated to an extremely distressed state after so many years of neglect, to put a very kind word to it. So after all the 20 years of past neglect, we think it's time that we get the proper, not only the proper expertise, but also I think the proper organization to deal with it. It's not a question of hardware, it's a question of software. Getting the right expertise, getting the right people for the job. We felt that we need to choose the best, and that's why we've got Stewart Hanchy, who has very kindly decided to come all the way to Penang, his first trip here.
Second trip.
Sorry about that. Sorry, his second trip here to Penang, all the way from London, and he was formerly the working as a senior officer in the Kew Royal Botanical Gardens. And you know, Kew Royal Botanical Gardens is the most famous botanical garden in the world. So his resume is attached. I do not intend to read them, except to say that we are happy to have him here, and the state government intends, as I said, to show up the commitment of the Penang state government to transform the Penang Botanical Gardens to its former glory, and to arrest the state of distress. I would say it's in a distressed state, to arrest the state of distress in the botanical gardens. We have got not only Stewart James Hanchy, but we have also asked Akbar to also be the controlling officer in order to help run the botanical gardens. And he will not be alone. We have formed a core team around Stewart James Hanchy. We have also asked Dr. Leong and Dr. Dr. Liu to also give the necessary assistance, and they are all qualified PhDs in botany. So they will also provide that necessary assistance, as I said, to turn around the Penang Botanical Gardens. Anything you want to say?
Well, first of all, thank you for those kind words, and thank you for those kind words, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. I've got till the 27th of November next year to get it done, although the Chief Minister has probably given me even tougher deadlines. I'm really glad to come here again. I came on a holiday earlier in this year and was attracted by the whole place and the challenge, and I hope, well, I'm pretty sure I can fulfill a lot of the work that needs to be done.
Actually, this contract is, of course, for 1 year. Of course, there is a possibility for extension at the end of 1 year. If Stewart is up to it, and we are...
If the wife lets me, sir.
Well, if Stewart's wife is up to it...
She's up to everything.
And we are also up to it. But it finally depends on the cost of the support he gets from the team around him. One person cannot do very much. So we have assembled a team, which I think we have appointed Akbar, seconded from MPVP. He's the one who actually made the Penang Youth Park the #1 park in Malaysia. So we want to build a strong team around Stewart. And of course, with Dr. Leong and Dr. Liu, we feel that we've got a chance to turn it around and to rescue the distressed state that the Penang Botanical Gardens is.
Well, all I can say is, you can say, keep saying distress, but one thing you should be aware, I'm sure you all are, that you live in a beautiful place, and the actual Botanical Garden site is a beautiful place as well, even though the actual collections part are distressed and the actual bits that the public, the visiting public, see are not up to standard. But the surroundings are beautiful, and you're extraordinarily lucky, is all I can say to you. Because I worked on a site that was flat. Here you've got beautiful hills and beautiful trees and surrounding, and of course climate. You don't have to pay for your heat. You cool it. Whereas where I came from, you have to pay for your heat.
Kew is flat, isn't it? Kew
Absolutely flat, right beside the River Thames.
Yeah, so it's flat. So you are saying it with hills. But when I say that distress, we are comparing the Penang Botanical Gardens now to what it was before.
Correct.
So in that respect, it is distress. But there's tremendous potential in the Penang Botanical Gardens, and we want to see that potential happen. And we believe that this is a very important step forward and shows our commitment to turn things around. Any questions?
Sorry, Sian, is this the part of the work regarding to the plan of the Botanical Garden which came out? Is it regarding the plan, the plan of the Botanical Garden which came out earlier?
Special area plan?
Yeah.
No, that's different.
Oh.
The special area plan will still have to be submitted for public views. This is talking about just management and running of the Penang Botanical Gardens. That means the special area plan talks about future. This one is talking about getting the present right, because there can be no future if you don't get the present right. So here we are just talking about day-to-day running.
The actual practicalities of running the bits that you don't see when you come in as a member of the public, the nurseries, the actual how you label the plants, how the staff are trained, how they actually should use their equipment and tools, and to get into the right way of actually running such a place. So those are the bits that I'm going to concentrate on.
Because the Penang Botanical Gardens is not a park. Only that must be stressed. It is, of course, many of us consider it as a park, but it should be a functioning botanical garden to fulfill its original intention 150 years ago.
So today things have moved on. Botanic gardens are places for leisure and learning. They're double-edged things. So, but again, you have to present the place in a much better way. When you have tourists come to visit you, they will look and compare with other places. So it's really important that you get it up to scratch, up to standard.
Yes.
Sian, the team that you're assembling, right? It's a new team. How many? So it's just 4 altogether, or?
No, I think these are some of those who are willing to volunteer their efforts, their expertise, and they are not on. It's just as it's trying to get things going, hoping they can mentor and train new people up to mark to be able to take over as well as continue running the Penang Botanical Gardens properly. So now actually we are starting from a zero base. And even though our staff are eager to learn, but there must be somebody expert to guide them properly. Because in the last 20 years they have given the wrong guidance. Those who should be doing something else go and do running the botanical gardens and vice versa. So I said it's not only Stuart, it's not only Agba has the controlling officer, has the government officer here, but also I said outside expertise. I'm sure Dora also have views. Yes, and Dr. Leong, Dr. Liu here. So I say we are pleased that they can come forward. It will be again effort between the state government and civil society, and this is all for the future of Penang, for the green future of Penang.
What are the type of problems and distress that you're talking about?
Nothing labelled except trees. That's probably the first, very simplest one. There's no documented, the collections, there's some wonderful old specimens, both trees, shrubs, and also behind the scenes that you can't see, of plants, but they're not recorded. And one of the key things in a botanic garden is to have recorded and documented plants. Amazingly, even though the people haven't had guidance, they are still growing them, albeit a bit haphazard. I don't. I've been here 5 or 6 days, so I don't want to down the people who are doing it. It's not fair to do that. But basically, in a botanic garden, you need to have those things done. And when you come to visit, you as a visitor, you don't want to necessarily know every single Latin name or whatever, or Greek name, but you do want to know something about each plant. And there's not enough told. And there's not enough told about the environment, because the botanic garden is the lead-in to your environment that you live in.
Number one, it's not easy to get an expert, especially a foreign expert from London, who is a deputy curator, to come and work for Penang. So for him to do that, despite the garden being in a distressed state, he's still willing to come. I think this indicates confidence. Most important, confidence in Penang and in the state government's commitment and political will to turn it around. I think that's important. Number one. Number two, Dr. Leong and Dr. Liu, they have been very critical about past efforts on managing the Penang Botanical Gardens. The fact they are here today, they are willing to lend their efforts. Dr. Leong, he's always very critical about many things we do. But we engage with our critics, we listen to them, and if we can work together, you shouldn't come forward, be shown. To show that, they believe that this is the right step for us to turn the botanical gardens around. Dr. Liu, these are actually qualified academics at universities. So they're willing to lend their effort. So I think this appointment shows two things. That even the Masale are willing to give us that confidence, and also civil society is willing to commit. Confidence in Penang to turn this thing around. Alright?